Call Adron, and you have landed on the 11th episode of the Solo Hunter Diaries. Before we really dive into this episode, I want to thank everyone who has contacted me over these last 7 months to see if I was okay or if I am still making content. For those of you that have been wondering, yes, I am still making content, but not on YouTube. I have been very, very busy as the CEO of Eve Rookies. For those of you that don't know, Eve Rookies is a public community where anyone can come and fly on our fleets. We do something like 8 or 9 different types of fleets, so incursions, ratting, mining, so on and so forth. I have something like 37 FCs that are running the content, and as CEO, it's my responsibility to make sure that they have the things they need to put on the fleets for you guys. So I have been playing a lot of what we call Eve offline. I think once you reach CEO status on any sort of group that has any sort of major activity, that becomes your life. However, I've gotten now to the point where the incursions are running themselves. Pretty much everything is running themselves. I don't have to do a whole lot of FCing except for if I want to. So now I can come back and make new content for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into episode 11. And let's talk about the Venture who did not look for combat probes. First thing we're going to do is bring out my trusty arrow, and we're going to look at my DScan down here. If you notice, there is a Venture on my DScan. But then when we go look up at my overview, there is no Venture. So I decided to go ahead and combat scan the Venture and see if I could potentially catch it and what the heck was going on with my overview. I am not the fastest DScanner. I cut off some of this because of editing magic. So, yeah, my combat probes were hanging over him for a while. I am not a great combat prober, so in my experience, I'm so slow that by the time I land in the belts or in the sights or wherever the ship is, they're not usually there. But lo and behold, when I landed, there he is, happily mining. Now, why isn't he on my DScan? Or why isn't he on my overview? Now, remember, I did call my probes, but I spent a good, minute probing him down. So he definitely, if he was looking at DScan, should have seen those combat probes. So now I'm going to spend a good few seconds trying to figure out what's going on with my overview. And it turns out it has to do with the blues, as you can see here. Now, remember, I am a MPSI, not purple shoot it pilot. So anybody that I set blue, this is just based on my own my own wants and needs and desires. It is not based on corporation, alliance, or anything like that. So it turns out that the dude is from CDAC, and of course that's why it wasn't showing up. Weirdly, it should have in local. I don't know why, but then I start looking at his history here, and it kind of enraged me that he hadn't been descanning for combat probes or doing any due diligence who was in local with him. These days, I haven't really been going out and shooting young players. It's mostly older players that really should know better. They should be looking in local, and looking up on Zkill who entered the system, or they should be looking for combat probes. And for those of you who have been following the series of the Solo Hunter Diaries, you're going to be very proud. Do you notice something that I absolutely did not change during the course of this video? That's right, I actually had my safety set to yellow beforehand. I am so proud of myself. And as you saw, it was just a matter of locking him up and applying, my scram and missiles and basically just popping them. And I also popped the wreck afterwards. That way no one could come back and get the ore. But then one little thing did happen. He went ahead and decided to combo me, and of course, idiot me, I accepted, and he hopes that I get cancer. So while I'm sitting here contemplating whether he is Dutch, since the Dutch really like to wish diseases upon each other, and cancer's like the highest disease that you can possibly wish on your enemy. I asked what any sane person, I guess, would ask is, why weren't you scanning for combat probes? And that pretty much concludes this episode of the Solo Hunter Diaries. If you held out this long, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and giving the video a like. And if you would like to support me or Eve Rookies, I'm going to put a link in the description to ways that you can support us. And of course, if you would like to buy me a quaif, I will throw that link into the description as well. And of course, if you ever have any questions about what I'm doing here, throw them in the comments below, or you can go ahead and suggest different types of ships that I can go out hunting in. I do prefer cov-ops, but I'm willing to go out in, any other type of subcap ship within reason. All right, that's it. Fly safe, live dangerous.
It's been a long time, my friend, a long time. Yet it seems to have gone by in just a flash. A lot of you shooting me, a lot of me shooting you, and Concord kicking everybody's ass. We have ignited violence on a massive scale. Scramble those who try to walk away. Nothing says I love you like a kill me.